Hi guys, I've been meaning to shoot this kind of video for a while now. I hope the visual behind me is very clear. What you see behind me is a group of flats that are owned by various companies. What bothers me the most is the structure behind me. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like, you know, those hostels from back in the day. And no offense to the people who are staying there. If you happen to stay there, please don't take me to be saying anything derogatory. I'm just trying to drive a certain point. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, and it's because I'm really bothered by the whole land discussion. As you know, I've been saying that the way we define land and the land redistribution question has been very narrow. We've narrowed it down to agriculture, and I've been saying that that is definitely not the way we should be going. So these flats that you are seeing behind me that I just showed you, they're owned by various companies. One of them is owned by Galencia, which is a Chinese company. And if you go to Sandton, you'll see that China has the Commercial Bank of China, which they've established in South Africa as a way of financing their business people in order for them to be able to come and invest in South Africa. Why I'm showing you this is because nobody's talking about why we are not owning these pieces of land. Why are we not having black developers? And I've been saying that when we're talking about land redistribution, we should really focus on the commercial liberation that it releases. If you look at these apartments, the space that they're sitting on is probably 2 to 3 hectares. I'm told that when they plan to buy your land, they don't look at anything less than 8 hectares. A hectare here in Midrand goes for around 5 million. And we all know that Midrand, used to be a jungle. There was basically nothing here. And in a space of less than 10 years, this is what I've shown you now. It's just, a fraction of what Midrand now looks like. Midrand is now a city. It is now a township. Most of these agricultural holdings have now been rezoned. So when we're talking about buying agricultural holdings, it's not just about food, guys. That's the land you hold on to and you develop, and you are able to bring to build residential apartments for people that can rent, that can buy at the rate that they can afford, and it becomes profitable over a number of years. My concern is, why is our government not investing in black developers? Why are the Chinese able to come all the way from China and have the Commercial Bank of China, the property bank, coming here and assisting its entrepreneurs all the way from China to come and invest in foreign lands? Because they know the value of property, the value of owning land. They know that it's not just apologies about that. So what I'm asking, let me just try and cut that call. So what I'm asking is, how do we ensure that we have the support of our government? When are we going to get to a point where our government is going to be genuine about real entrepreneurs, not tenderpreneurs, people who are able to identify opportunities and turn those opportunities into successful legacies that are not only going to benefit their families, but also the government of South Africa, because these are taxpayers. This is an official industry. It's not a fly-by-night industry. These are people who are going to be paying property taxes. These are people that are going to be contributing towards the development of this country. Already we are told that Gauteng has a huge backlog of residential property. And if you look at the people that have managed to make a dent in that, it's been developers who are supported by the likes of the GEPF, But my problem with that has been that the barriers to entry there has been set so high. For starters, they want you to already own the land, number one. Number two, they already want to come in when the land is already rezoned for development. Now, who is ensuring that we are able to own the land in order to be able to develop it? Who is ensuring that we are able to rezone the land? For starters, rezoning costs nothing less than 100,000, depending on the size, depending on what you're trying to do and the magnitude thereof. Why is it that for us to be funded, things must be easy? Why is it that government wants to step in when we've already done all the hard work, when we've already done all, the spade work, the work that actually takes time and effort and money? Who is assisting us in between the stage where you identify the opportunity and when you qualify for their barrier? Because there's a gap there, and it's not a small gap, it's a huge gap. And I think we become surprised in South Africa when people become tenderpreneurs, when people start to resolve to corruption, when people start to forge documents and make things happen for themselves. It's not because we are prone to crime, but we are working in a system that is deliberately putting hurdles to make it impossible for us to get anything done. A lot of businesses in Midrand, they are home-based businesses, and rezoning has never been an issue. But if you're a black person and you come into a space and you want to run a business, it suddenly becomes an issue. Suddenly the inspectors are knocking at your door wanting to know if you have all the permits and all the registrations and all the the documentations that people have been running businesses around here never had been asked for. So I think our government needs to look into this. One, they need to look into our access to the property, the barriers thereof, our access to the funding in terms of development, and this rezoning issue. It's a big issue. That even when I have a property, to go through the stage of rezoning it, even the same people that are building these flats, we've been told that they are paying their way through these. There were no bulk services here, and all of a sudden there's bulk services. All of a sudden there's roads being built. People are being paid, to make sure that these doors are being opened. So my plea to our government, with all respect, is, can you hear our voice? I've written letters, to various departments to address this. Not even a single response. I need somebody to listen. Thank you. Bye.